Hey guys, this is Kim, and that's Kaylee, and we are doing the Kim and Kaylee show.
We sure are, and I didn't click the button, so you get to hear that again. Alright, here we go. So this is a podcast and a Facebook Live, and you'll also see it pop up on our YouTube channel, Kim and Kaylee, so you can check it out whenever you want and however you want. If you want the podcast, all you have to do, you can go to any podcast app, type in Kim and Kaylee, or the Kim and Kaylee show, and it'll pop right up. So that's kind of just how we, recreated this training, so that way you get it, Facebook Live, you get a YouTube, and you get a podcast.
All right, so have you got us recording? Hey, this is the Kim and Kaylee show. I'm Kim.
And I'm Kaylee.
And today we're going to talk about blogging.
Yes, I'm so excited because this is something that has really grown our business, and it's just been a lot of fun. It's introduced us to a lot of new people, and it's just something that I think anybody can do, and maybe you think that you can't do it to start with.
Oh yeah, Kaylee's got this down pat. So what I'm going to do is ask her some questions that she's commonly asked about her blog. So, Kaylee, why should a person blog? Why a blog?
Yeah, for real. Because, you hear about people blogging and you think like, oh, well, they're probably taking all these pictures of their food and like who actually reads that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So it can be a blog or a website. So you don't just put our training into like a cutesy little area. We're going to create something that's called a blog, but it's going to look like a professional website as well.
Yes.
So why you would want to blog? There's a couple different reasons I kind of wanted to break down. So there's actually 7.
Whew. All right, let's go for it then.
All right, so the first reason that you would want to create a blog is because you can attract your ideal clients. So that way you're not like on Facebook or on Instagram, searching for these people. You can actually attract them to you. So that's number 1 and huge.
I was gonna say,
if you're running a business.
That's a huge reason, because we're always asked, how do we reach new clients and how can we market to new clients? So this is a great opportunity.
And it works well for local businesses, and it also works well for online businesses or a network marketing business. So you can attract your ideal clients no matter what your model of business is like. The other reason that you'd want to is you can position yourself as an expert in your area, because you're not just linking to a logo of another company. You're not just linking to a landing page of another company. You're linking to your material, and you're able to really show your expertise on your website or your blog.
Good.
Another reason is just to be able to showcase your strengths, your personality, and your views. So not only are you going to come off as an expert, you're going to come off as yourself, which is huge, right?
Right. We teach everybody to brand themselves, so this is perfect opportunity to
exactly
do this.
And another reason is that it can create a residual income. So if you're already running a business, or you're thinking, well, I've just had a baby and I want to be able to stay at home, this can allow you to create a residual income or boost your current sales.
Okay.
So, why wouldn't you want to make some more money and attract these people to you?
I like the residual income.
Yeah, it's super nice. And since you're creating something of value with this blog and this website, you're going to be able to generate excitement about products versus trying to like push products. Because you're educating people, you're going to be passionate about what you're talking about, and that's going to build that excitement versus like, oh my gosh, what are you coming to me with?
Right. I think one of our biggest product launches was because of the blog.
Yeah, exactly. It was huge.
Yeah.
Like we had people contacting us from our network marketing business because it was such a big launch. And then we did that because we built excitement on the blog and started collecting email addresses straight from the blog because our ideal clients were attracted to us. Another way that it really helped our business, and it can help yours as well, is it grows your social media channels. You're not having to pay for ads sticking in front of people. If someone is on your blog, it's really easy to link that little, F for Facebook or a little bird for Twitter and, capture people's attention that way.
I like it because, and you might be getting to this, I don't know, but I like it because you have control over the blog.
Yes.
Versus on social media, you have to be, sort of careful, and they could always change their, what is it called, the interface or whatever.
Yeah, that's huge. And just think about if you have built this amazing business on MySpace back in the early 2000s. Like nobody's over there. Tom used to be everybody's friend if you were old enough to remember MySpace.
What's MySpace?
Yeah, exactly. Justin Timberlake owns it, so I'm still holding out hope, but That's about it for the MySpace. The
Yeah.
MySpace.
The MySpace.
So you definitely want to have a blog or somewhere that you own on the internet. So we're going to dig into the differences within our training about the different types of blogs, but you'd want one that you own. That way nobody can, take it away from you. No one can censor you. And then you always know that people can find you. It's not going to be, they have to log on to Instagram or they have to log on to Twitter. Even Twitter is starting to die out. So you want to make sure you're where the people are.
Yeah, I agree. Twitter's being used for something different now. So
Yeah.
the blog can be your own and express your own personality, and it helps build up that genuine relationship with your clients, and they can build that trust.
Exactly.
So
And you're not limited to so many characters or anything like that either.
Right. So, you ready for me to move on to my next question? Who should have a blog?
Anybody.
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 So I could have a blog.
You could have a blog. You get a blog. You get a blog. Like, I'm the Oprah of blogs.
Really, I mean, seriously, because, and I'm not being sarcastic, guys. I'm really tech non-savvy, so I really could do a blog.
You could seriously do a blog. It's not that hard, which is actually our next question.
Oh, sorry.
But that's good to know. Like, it's not hard to start blogging. Anybody can blog. You can choose to do it for a hobby. You could choose to keep your family updated about it. You know, like just with current events and things going on in your life. Or you can make it part of your online business. So if you run an Etsy shop or you're a member of Beachbody or, a different network marketing company, you could still use a blog. So anybody can blog. It's really simple to do. So how hard is it? You want to know?
Yes, I do. You're asking my questions, but
I
how
am.
hard is it?
So this sounds like it's going to get dirty.
You stop.
But it's not hard at all. We are going to offer a free training at kimandkalee.com. If you're listening to the podcast right now, it's already up. So you can go to kimandkalee.com. It'll pull right up. If you're watching this as a Facebook Live, you got to wait till Thursday. But it's going to be up. It's a free training, and it walks you through the steps to set up your website and your blog. So it'll be a self-hosted, so that means nobody can ever take it away. Okay. And there's a video that actually, I walk through the steps, and you can do it in 8 minutes.
You promise?
You could do it
Seriously?
in 8 minutes. Now, that was me knowing what I was doing. But seriously, if I know what I'm doing and I can do it in 8 minutes, it's not going to take you more than an hour to set up.
Oh, good grief, I'd hope. If you could do it in 8 and you know what you're doing, I would think maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes is very realistic. An hour would be like if your husband's walking in, interrupting. Asking questions, or, the dog's wanting to go out or something like that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But yeah, you could seriously do your whole website, get it set up. You own your own little piece of the internet in 30 minutes.
With your step-by-step guide.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and you can watch the video or you can go through the steps. I've outlined it both ways. So depending on how you learn, you can watch the video and, kind of go from there, or it's broken down into steps.
Okay. Probably what I would do is watch the video and then I would go back through it step by step with your little tutorial. So that's just my learning style.
So you can do that. And then once you get it set up, there's also a couple blog posts up already that you can kind of keep working. And then as we get into the next week, I'm going to keep providing you training with how to kind of keep getting going with the blog. It's going to help you with the content part, help attract people to you, and also monetize your blog. So you're going to get access to all of those things. It's all free, and it's going to be on kimandkalee.com.
So it's free.
Free, and it's easy, and it's all outlined.
Cool. All right, so once I get the blog set up, what should my topic be on, and do I need a niche, or if you're British, niche?
So you can pick out whether you want a niche or a topic based on either demographic, like who you want to talk to, or a topic. So you can pick out either way.
Okay.
And this is kind of controversial, and this is just from my experience with our blog. We have had Sorry Fitness. That was our first blog. It's been running for about 5 years now. It's had close to 7 million views. So, I mean, it's done really well. One of the top posts on Sorry Fitness is a skin post. So I just kind of want to outline that as I get into picking a topic or a demographic. Because a skin post really shouldn't do well on a fitness blog.
Right.
But it was something that was close to my heart. It was one of our first posts. I wanted to talk about it, and it just took off.
Right.
So from that, I've learned that you can kind of choose your demographic and what they're interested in versus a specific topic like people knitting 24-inch blankets or something, I don't know.
Right.
You don't have to go really, really specific. You can pick something and kind of roll with it. So you might choose to make yourself the brand. One of my favorite people, my spirit animal, as some people will say, like I've seen the t-shirts, is Joanna Gaines. And if you think about Joanna Gaines, of course you're going to think about Fixer Upper. You're going to think about her renovating homes, but she's also expanded into furniture. She's expanded into a book deal. She talked about her marriage and her kids in the book deal. She talked about her priorities. She talked about finance a little bit in that book. So she really expanded. She has a whole store now of things that she sells. She talks about her kids' baseball games on her blog.
Right.
So she really has targeted people in a demographic versus a specific topic.
Right. And I think you can correct me, but she gained those followers through probably Fixer Upper. And
Right.
then they saw, just like we attracted people through our fitness blog, and then they saw other aspects of our personalities, and we gained those followers even.
Exactly. So I guess you can pick out somewhere that you want to focus in on, which most of us already have part of our personality or a hobby of ours that we're going to connect with immediately anyway. So you might be thinking, I'm great at making recipes. I'm great at weight loss. I'm great at knitting. I'm great at baking pies. I'm great with gluten-free recipes. Something like that can get you started, but you don't want to limit yourself in that. That's my personal opinion. Some people will tell you to be the gluten-free girl and that just be your whole topic. But I really think that that limits you, and this is something I want you to be able to continue to use 10 years down the road and keep building on. So you could, choose to just use your name maybe
Right.
as your blog name, and then you can see where it goes. Kind of like Pioneer Woman. Like she started off as just food, and then she's branched into a little bit, other areas. So you can kind of mix and match and add in parts of your personality as you get blogging. So I don't think you have to have a specific topic, I guess is my point. You could pick out parts of your personality, start there, keep it generic enough, and then you could target maybe like Joanna Gaines. She's not attracting truckers that are 65 years old. She's attracting 20s to 45-year-old people, or women even, that, connect with her hobbies and her interests. Same thing with, you.
Right.
So.
And plus, I think naming it after your name, it not only leaves the door wide open for you to talk about you personal, but it's easy to remember.
Very easy to remember.
I know some people's spellings might be different, but they can look that up.
Exactly. And usually somebody will type in, like, say, Kalee, because that's difficult to spell. I don't spell it like every other Kalee. So somebody might just look up Kim and Kalee with a Y in it, but it's going to pop up on Google and say, oh, I think you mean.
Yeah.
And so even if you have a hard to spell last name, it's going to hopefully pop up on Google to correct.
Right. I like the name because it helps me remember
Yes.
how to find the person. So once I have this all set up and I know who I'm targeting and I know what my niche is, how often should I post?
I would say at least 2 to 3 times a week if you're planning on making this a business.
Okay.
But the main thing to know is you just got to be consistent. So if you are only going to be able to do it once a week and you think, oh, I can mix in a couple, here or there, or I don't have to go, I'm off for summer break. I don't go back to school until August, something like that. Still, use those posts and schedule them out. If you're using WordPress, which is what our training is on the series, you can actually schedule them out 1 a week. So you could say, all right, well, I know I can do at least 1 a week. I'm going to start writing content right now, get all those scheduled out until the end of the year. And then if you have time, you can go back and do another one and schedule it up to 3 a week.
Okay, so 2 or 3 a week. But the biggest thing is to be consistent.
Yes,
Just like with anything. Like if you're building a business, you have to be consistent. If you're working out, you have to be consistent.
Exactly.
All right, so that seems to be true about most things. So,
1 is great. 1 is better than 3 if it's a consistent versus inconsistent.
I got you. And I know from personal experience, from what little bit, I've blogged on Sorry Fitness, it's super easy to schedule.
Oh yeah, super easy. It's just a different button. You click schedule instead of publish.
It's so easy. You got it.
Yeah.
I got it. You got it.
And we'll walk through how to how you want to set up your content, all of those things on our series. So you can just check that out at kimandkalee.com and we'll walk you through it. So it's really simple.
Okay, so here's the question. I've got the blog set up. I've got a couple of blog posts ready to go. They're scheduled. I know who I'm talking to. How do people find me? Like, how do I get the readers?
Yeah, because you'll hear about these people that make like $50,000 a month, and how in the world did they do that? So the very best way to kind of get going, 1 is to let your family and your friends know about it. Because even if, your grandfather's not into health and fitness, he might know somebody that came into his shop that does. And so he can kind of spread the word. So first line of defense is word of mouth marketing.
Okay.
Number 2 is to start looking at other people's blogs. So if you have thought about blogging, it might be because you've looked at other people's blogs
And that you like.
Yeah, and so you can start commenting on those blogs, and that's going to help, build up your credibility. And a lot of the times, blogging is a community, so people are going to see that you've commented. They're going to see your blog link and go, oh, well, Kim seems like an awesome person. Let me go check out her blog. And this is going to keep building. So I try to go on and comment on 5 to 10 blogs a day. That way I'm staying current. I don't have to, read these long things. Just check it out, kind of get an idea, post, and then you can, move on to the next one.
So this is not on your question list, but having those comments, does that help your post show up?
If they're commenting on yours, it can have some SEO effect, which is search engine optimization, or like I like to call it Google juice, because everybody's on Google. You want to be on the top. So having engagement on posts definitely can help you.
All right.
Another way that you can, gain readers is by using your social media. So that's really, an easy way to be able to do it, because you probably already have a Facebook or an Instagram or Twitter or wherever. So you can share that post and maybe a little teaser about your blog post so people will click on it. And I'm sure you've probably seen some blog posts will just go viral. People will just keep sharing them.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
So that can definitely happen. Pinterest is another great way. So if you've included an image with your blog post, you can actually share that to Pinterest. People can repin it.
Yeah.
So that one can live forever. Like, if you see something on Facebook, it might die in a week. Or a week would be good, right?
Right. Pinterest is awesome because it could get repinned 3 months from now.
Yeah.
And it goes boom, boom, boom again.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
So behind Google, Pinterest is our second traffic. So number 1 is Google, second is Pinterest. So definitely don't underestimate the power of your social media channels. Another way that you can grow and get new followers is by using Facebook groups. So some of my favorites are like Grow Your Blog, and there's another one, Sweat Pink Ambassadors, which is a fitness one. But Fitness Ambassadors is going to be the community where you're finding people to follow, you're learning how to comment, you're building friendships up. Then the Grow Your Blog, all you have to do, you say, oh, I have a blog post up and I posted about it on Facebook. You can go link your stuff right there and other people will go like it for you and you just like theirs in return. So that's a good way to build up engagement.
Yes, I got you.
And then if you have an email list, same thing. And your email list might just seriously be like, these are my friends and family. I have their emails in my address book. Shoot them an email like, hey, I just started a blog. Would you want to be updated when I send out a new one?
I like it.
Something simple as that can really, get your momentum building.
Right.
Then finally, I mentioned that Google is our number 1 source. And we've been at this for 5 years. We've had posts going out consistently. We're focused on some keywords that I'm going to teach you about, in the series. Yeah. So that's, again, a free training that you can get on Kim and Kalee. We're going to be going through getting started, then the content, and then we'll dig into the SEO part, and then we'll get to money. So that's all in the series coming up. But SEO, or search engine optimization, is a way that you can kind of build your readership based on people that are already on Google, just looking up something. So if somebody was to type in, how do I lose weight, still eating some chocolate, they might pop up with our blog because we live a healthy, balanced life. And I might have mentioned balanced or chocolate and it would pop up.
Okay, using those keywords.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's how we get some readers. And I know I just gave you a whole lot of stuff, so your mind might be like,
no,
okay,
you're good. I'm following pretty well.
Okay.
So if I'm following, I think the audience is probably following as well.
And if you have questions, you can always email us, team@kimandkalee.com. You can send us any questions that you have. It'll also help with the training because I can add your questions in. So no question is too small or too big to ask.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Sure.
How do I monetize my blog?
Yeah, how you make that money.
Ka-ching, baby.
Yeah. So how you can make money, there's really 5 different ways.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 5 different ways. And you don't have to have a ton of people coming to your blog even to start making money. You can make money pretty quickly.
Okay, tell me about it.
Okay, so the first way that you can make money, and this is very passive, you do it once and it's set up, it's ready to go.
I like it.
And that's ad revenue.
Okay.
So you can sign up once your blog, I think usually we'll say 6 months old. because they want to make sure it's not just going to be like spammy or something like that. But companies will allow you to sign up to be able to affiliate with their like ads. Like Google has an ad company that you can work with. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. ShareAsell, LinkShare. There are different companies out there that will target big companies like Sephora, Nordstrom that you can affiliate with.
Yes.
And you can add their ads in to your blog. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so if somebody clicks on the ad on your blog, so say I see one for Nordstrom or
Yes.
Nike or whatever you're an affiliate for, I click on the ad on your blog and it takes me to Nordstrom and I
Right.
purchase something, you're going to make a small percentage of my purchase? Or
Yes.
how? Okay.
That is one way. They have two ways. So the first way you just mentioned, that somebody orders something, then you're going to get a small percent of it. Amazon is really popular for this. You can sign up really early,
Yep.
and you make a little bit. If somebody clicks to go to a recipe book and then they order a TV, you still get credit.
I like that idea. So let me repeat that. If they click on your ad or the ad on your blog for a pair of tennis shoes on Amazon,
Right.
but then they decide, oh, they don't have my size, but I'm going to buy this steam cooker, you still get the credit, even
Yes.
though that is pretty awesome.
Yep. So as long as they got that, same link,
Yeah.
you're gonna get credit for it.
I like it.
The other way that you can use ads, sometimes like Google with their ads, what they'll do is if people just click on it,
Okay.
you make a small like amount. So it might be like 2 cents or 3 cents, but if you have 1,000 people clicking on it, it can add up quickly.
That's pretty cool.
So just if somebody comes to your blog and they click on an ad like that, then you're gonna start making some money.
I like it. That's easy. And
Yeah.
you only have to do that once, right?
Yes, you set it
Okay.
up once, you add in just that ad to your website. You can do it, it'll be copy and paste,
Yeah.
and it's set. You
I
don't
like
have
it.
to do anything
Easy.
else.
That's my motto.
Yeah, and we make a little bit with like Google and with Amazon every month. It's just completely sedentary now. Like we don't have to do anything. It's just residual income.
I like it. I like spending the Amazon money.
Yeah, in some ways, right? The second way that you can monetize your blog is with partnerships or sponsorships. And this might be reaching out, if you're a local company, you might reach out to another local company and say, hey, if you do this for me or you pay me $25, I'm going to do this for you. An example would be if you were to go to a smoothie shop.
Okay.
And you walked in and you took a picture of your smoothie, you posted it on Instagram, you made it really pretty, you hashtagged it, and that thing got all kinds of hits and engagement. Now you can go to that smoothie owner and say, hey, I did this just on my personal page. Are you interested in anybody, like maybe me keep doing that each week and, you give me $20 or whatever you want. So you set up the terms like one Instagram post is going to be $20.
I gotcha.
So you could set it up like that. You could do it on Instagram or you could do a blog post. By creating that blog though, that smoothie owner is going to see you more as a credible source versus just the millions of people on Instagram.
All right, so let me, like if I did a blog post on the smoothie, I could still take a picture from that blog post and put it on Instagram.
Yep.
And put it on Pinterest.
Yep.
Share it on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay, so.
And you could ask them to pay you for that amplification all over. So you think they're going to your blog and then you're still going to make a little bit every time you share it.
I gotcha. I like that idea.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. So you could say, all right, for so much money, I'll just post it on my blog. But
Right.
if you'll pay me a little bit more, I'll post it on Instagram and my other social media outlets.
Exactly.
Yep, I like it.
So you can do it with a local company like that, just very, roots level, really in the trenches. Or as your blog grows, 6 months in is about usually the average that they'll start taking applications. But companies will actually, there are companies out there that just connect brands to bloggers. Like that is their sole purpose. So one of the companies that I really love is Clever. And the whole company is just connecting me, the blogger, to companies like Pedigree or the NFL, Nike, Kroger. I'm trying to think of the different ones, Procter & Gamble. But we've been able to partner with these people through Clever, these brands, and we'll just have certain things that we have to do. We have to mention that it is a sponsored post when we outline kind of a theme that they're going for, and then we are paid after we created that content.
Post.
Yep.
That's cool.
So you can sign up for companies like that about 6 months in, And then as your readership grows, the more they'll be willing to pay you. So if you have 10 people, that's a little different than 10,000 people.
You get paid a little bit more for having a following of 10,000 versus 10.
Exactly.
But it's all a process. You'll get up to the 10,000. And I have to say, this has been like really fun for me because a lot of times you get a little sample of the products, you can test it, and it's really been fun. It's a cool way to get a little sample and also make some money.
Yep. And I'm glad you mentioned samples, because one thing that you can do with these partnerships and sponsorships, if you're not at the point where you can say, I need to get a monetary amount from you, you can actually email companies that you really like and already know that you like and say, hey, I absolutely love your collagen. Would you be willing to send me a sample and I'll do a blog post for you? And that not only gives you experience messaging people and creating that content, but you can now add it to like your portfolio too. If someone ever comes to you and says, hey, I want to hire you, but what does your content look like when you've done a sponsored post? You can say, oh, here's one that I have. And all I did, like it was just getting a free product.
Yeah, and it's nice. Like we've done that a few times, and it's been fun with companies that we've met online pretty much that are new companies. So we are working together to benefit each other. That's been really cool to watch a brand new company explode, and you're like, I was part of that.
Yeah,
so
that's really neat.
Yeah,
so, and the smaller companies, like you said, usually are the better ones to reach out to versus Procter and Gamble, because they probably are working with a company already that is connecting them to bloggers. So we had number 1 was the ad revenue. Number 2 was the partnerships or sponsorships, which includes the free products. Number 3 is an affiliate income. And we kind of talked about this with the ads with Amazon, but you can be an affiliate for other things too. Like you might choose to reach out to your mentor if they offer a training seminar. You can connect with them, say, this is what I'm doing. I've absolutely loved your training, so make sure you go through it first. Do you accept affiliates? And if they do, then you can start sharing, your story and why you loved this training on a blog post and on social media. And then if they decide that, hey, this is for me, your reader can order through your link versus your mentor's link, and you'll get a little bit of money for being an affiliate and referring that person.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, and it feels very real and genuine versus being salesy.
Right. Because you've used the product, you liked the training or whatever it was.
Yeah, and your blog allows you to share all of the reasons and all of your story and all of the results that you've had versus just a little clip on social media like, hey, check this out.
That's been one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Number 4 is courses and products. So you could, if you're really great at saving money and couponing, that could be one of your courses. So you could offer a $5 course, $5 ebook, create it once, and it can keep generating income as your page views and your readers grow. The more people that are going to see your $5, coupon book, and they can buy it, and then they're going to keep coming as your blog grows. Like you're just going to see more and more people coming.
I gotcha.
But you don't have to just stick to like the $5 ebook either. You could venture out and say, all right, I'm really great at something else. Give me something that you think, people
Well,
know.
I'm thinking of our friend's blog about meditating.
And so that was perfect. So she is certified in meditation. She has a lot of experience with it, and she's now offering a meditation course. And it's not $5. It's a little bit more because she's went through and become an expert at this. So, she's going to be able to charge a little bit more. It's set up. She's created the content once, and now it doesn't matter if somebody buys it now or if 500 people buy it or if people come to her 6 months later. She's still going to be generating that income.
Because they can go through it at their own pace. They sign up whenever they see it and go through it.
And that's really neat and really, from what I've seen, the biggest part that you can make a big income with blogging. So it might be if you already have a business, just linking to your products.
Right.
If you're in network marketing, you might just be sharing your review of each product and linking to it. But if you are in just to blog and you're going, I don't have a business already, then maybe you're a new mom. What could you share with new moms?
And
Create
just
a course.
make it an ebook or a little course. It doesn't have to be some big long course.
No.
Because a lot of people I know, I had to learn about. You would think you have to learn about couponing, but there was a whole system back when the couponing craze was huge, and that would have been a great course for a mom to teach other moms, how to organize and how to gather your coupons. So you could do something as simple as that. So just think of something that you're good at and that you enjoy, and that people naturally ask you about. Because I was teaching at the time, and
Yeah.
I would go to school and say, guess what? You know, I only paid $5 for $150 worth of groceries. And my girlfriends were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I was explaining how to do it, and that could be something that you share on your blog, and then, you know, sell it as a little program or a course.
Yeah.
So.
And don't worry about, you know, like, oh, I'm going to be charging for this, or I'm not certified in that. You know, of course we want you to be, you know, legally safe and all of that. But if you're sharing about couponing, there's no certification. Like, you're just as much as an expert as anybody else. So that'd be something that you could share. If you are great at sewing something, then you could share a course on how to sew it. So it can be as, you know, the world is your oyster, I guess.
Yeah, it could be as tiny as, you know, figuring out how to help people organize their coupons, to something as large as a course on marketing and branding yourself, or building a blog, or whatever. It could be from little to huge.
Right.
Certified or non-certified.
Yep. And you can always build on it. You can start with a $5 ebook, and then you go, oh, well, I could have taught them this, this, and this. Then you can create a course that's going to be $100 and keep going, you know, and just making it a little more in-depth.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit more detailed. You want to give more value, you know, if you're going to charge for it, to make it worth it.
Yep.
So,
but that's number 4 on monetizing. And number 5 is freelance work. So this might be if you already have a great skill, maybe you are loving to write and you have time, you've already scheduled out your post, and you want to be able to write more content. Then you might approach somebody else that's looking for more content. So you could go to like Upwork.com and sign up as a freelancer, and you could start writing other people's content. People, you know, actually get paid for that. If you are a graphic designer, you can do that. If you are amazing at creating templates, you could sell that template. You know, maybe it's for couponing, but you can make a blank one and it could be for baseball cards or fantasy football. You could sell that template. So that's another way that you can kind of freelance and create some money in your blogging. And that, I think the freelancing and then the ad revenue, like just both of them can really grow quickly, and it just can snowball.
Yes, I was thinking about that too. You find what you're strong in, and you take it for granted. Just like we pay somebody to do a lot of our graphics for us, because we don't. That's not our
strength.
Not our strength. Somebody else can do it a lot faster, while we could be working on something else that is our strength.
Yeah.
So
you could start with freelancing and create a good income that way, and then as your blog takes off, your focus might change to courses, and then it might change to ads, because you're just bringing in so many page views that's where your focus is. And that's kind of the ultimate goal in my mind, is to create stuff that's already there for people when they show up to your blog, and that way you have freedom. You can choose when you want to work and when you don't. So if you have a bunch of ads going that are genuine and real, that connect with your reader, if you have affiliates that you love and you work with and you already have that content built, and then you have a course, bam, you got it made. Like, you aren't having to sit at your computer, you're not having to recreate the wheel. People are going to be coming to you, and they're just going to keep coming, and you're going to keep making that income for that work that you did 6 months ago or 12 months ago.
Right. So it might take some work to start with.
Right. You might start more with the freelance stuff to start with.
And then it just, all that work you did at the beginning just keeps paying off and keeps paying off.
Yeah.
Builds you up some free time. So if you ever want to go back and tweak something.
Yes, definitely. So that's kind of what we're going to be digging into with the series. So I hope these questions have kind of helped. Questions and answers.
Yeah. So let me go back, because there was so much. I had forgotten. So when are you making this free blogging guide available?
So it's going to go up. If you're listening to the podcast, it's up right now. So you could go to Kim and Kalee. If you're watching us live recording this, it'll go up on Thursday. Okay. So Thursday, it's like July.
Let's see. Today's the 17th. Yeah. The 20th?
Okay, it'll be
right.
It'll be Thursday around July 20th. Hopefully that date is correct.
I'll look.
So it's okay. But that's when it'll be up.
Okay.
So did you have any other questions or wanted to recap anything?
I think that was it for me.
Okay.
I feel good about it now. I felt like I could do this blog course, and I have kind of edited some of the posts, so I know I can do this blog course.
Yeah, she's our proofreader.
So if I can do it, I know you can do it.
And it's all free, so make sure that you check it out, because, I mean, it's free. Why not at least look at it, see? I want to mention that you don't have to know any kind of code. You don't have to have experience with graphic design, anything like that. You can always hire a graphic designer if you want a fancy logo, but you can have just text up for right now. Like, it's better to get going than to want it to be perfect and never start.
You mentioned the graphics and being all fancy, but you're going to show us like the templates that are available, so it will look pretty.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to show you like your theme is what it's called, and it's going to be like your layout, what your blog looks like, and I'm going to show you exactly what we've used. So if you like what Kim and Kalee looks like, I'm going to give you the same exact resource, and it has a step-by-step guide. It's just amazing.
Okay, so that makes me feel better, because I thought for just a half a second that I might have to do all that,
making it pretty,
making the pretty stuff.
No, it's all set up.
Okay.
All you have to do is just click and bam, it's set up, ready to go. And for any of the little details, I'm going to walk you through it.
Okay, I like it. So if y'all have any other questions like I just had, let us know. You can comment below this video. Well, sorry.
A video if you're on live. If
Yeah.
you're on the podcast, you can check out kimandkalee.com. All of the series, any of the individual posts, you'll be able to leave a comment on. So if you leave us a comment there, we'll make sure that you get your answer. And then we might even feature it in a FAQ post later on after the series is complete. But y'all are getting it first. And, if there's a question you have, we can tweak it and make it perfect just for you.
Thank you, Kalee.
You're welcome. I've enjoyed being able to talk about blogging.
Well, I felt a little bit like Hoda.
She's our interviewer, Hoda Copy.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We would love it.
Please.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Oh, I have to click bye.
I stole her flower.
If you have a question, just let us know. We'll be available. And the training, again, will go up on Thursday. So if you want to check it out, it's kimandkalee.com. Bye.
Bye.